Moods of communication.
What's the matter, Charlie?
My teacher assigned me an oral report. I'm terrible at oral reports, Linus. Every time I get up in front of the class, my legs shake, my hands sweat, and my stomach begins to hurt. I always end up making a fool of myself.
Maybe you just need to be more prepared, Charlie. Some of the reasons being like that is unpreparedness and no more insights about your communication.
What are you talking about? I've had more practice at making a fool of myself than anyone I know. I couldn't be more prepared. Good grief, I'm doomed. This is it! I'm saved! I'm saved! Yay! Shh!
Modes of communication. Learning a language involves communicating through reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The modes of communication explain how individuals are used. The medium or channel through which communication intent is expressed. Typical communication modes include natural speech, facial expression, and gesture. There are three modes of communication. The first one is interpersonal or spoken. Students use the interpersonal mode of communication when speaking to others. Information is exchanged. Facial expression and gestures are natural and important. Interpersonal communication is spontaneous and unrehearsed, and partner selection is random. This is the mode that measures how will students speak the language and is the mode that prepares them to interact with native speakers in natural ways. Examples of this two-way communication include, but are not limited to, conversing face-to-face, participating in digital discussion and messages, and exchanging personal letters. The second mode of communication is interpretative communication, reading or listening. The interpretative mode refers to the ability to understand the target language in both written and spoken form. Students may not be able to understand every word but are expected to understand main ideas and keywords. This is one-way communication, so students must be able to understand the spoken or written text on their own. Students will use English to demonstrate what they understand. Examples of this type of one-way reading or listening include but are not limited to comprehension of digital text as well as printed, audio, and audiovisual. And the third mode of communication is presentational communication, writing and speaking. The presentational mode allows students to plan and rehearse what they will write or say. In writing, students have time to draft and revise before producing a final product. In speaking, students may be able to rehearse and or record multiple times until they are satisfied with the final product. Students create presentations that will be shared with the other class beyond, when possible. Examples of this one-way mode of communication include but are not limited to a presentation to a group, creating and posting digital content, or writing reports, compositions, or articles for a magazine or newspaper. So those are the three modes of communication: interpersonal, interpretative, and presentational. Mode is a term used to describe the way something is done experience. When we use the phrase mode of communication, we are describing the way communication is expressed. The modes of communication is important for it will serve as a guide for us to maintain a good flow of conveying information, and in order to be a good communicator, we need to understand and know the modes of communication and its importance. And this is Ardeline